All right. Sue you for that because I didn't give you permission to record. You understand that?
What are you talking about?
Is that clear?
You don't give me permission to record, but you said it's fine for me to record.
You said it's fine if you wanted to record.
Okay, I'm recording. Would you like to
stay? This is not my phone. This is not my phone.
Okay.
And
all right. What would you like to say?
They don't want to be recorded. Let's just say that.
Well, then don't call here.
All you want.
You already know. All right. So.
Brother, I'm calling you.
You're suing me because I just pushed record, and.
How am I suing you for you push record? You owe people money. What are you talking about?
I owe people money.
And then you expose somebody on YouTube without their consent. That's another right there, a felony, you could say.
All right.
So I'm not sure how what exactly recording will do to you, or is that gonna make you happy or something? I just don't.
Just for some reason, you were asking me to do that, right?
I didn't ask you to do that. You mentioned it yourself. Be clear
I
here.
offered. You
offered. So why you bringing my name into this? Well, not my name, but bringing me into this where I asked you. Yeah, I'm hearing. Go ahead.
Okay, so what do you want?
I just want.
By the way,
Mr.
Anonymous, could you tell all these Ukrainians a word or two for me, through your channels? I got a message.
I won't on my behalf.
Well, if you ever remember, please tell him a message from Serge. It goes like this: stop eating so much mayonnaise and condensed milk, because that's way too much.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Yeah, you know, those Ukrainian girls, they love that mayonnaise and condensed milk. Drink it right out of the can.
Nice.
Just
you should post on your YouTube. You probably get some views off of that.
You know, it might have took the old channel down.
Hey, listen, your channel, like, I seen it, it's just nothing. Like, compared to people, what they have, is literally nothing. I'm not saying that
it
didn't work out for you.
What are you saying?
But the shit that you post, it's meaningless to people who watch it, if that makes sense.
Well, thanks for letting me know. I'll make some adjustments.
Yeah.
What should those adjustments be?
And do those adjustments. And while you're doing that,
stop eating condensed milk too, huh?
Say that again.
I should stop eating condensed milk too, and mayonnaise.
Nice.
Right?
Nice. Post that as well.
Yeah. Okay.
You probably give easy 100 views, if not more.
All right. So, how else did I help you?
You could help me by paying people that you own.
Own?
Yes.
Own? O-W-N?
Yes, own? Sir.
Own. Like that are my property, right? Own? O-W-N? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, own. Well, what does that have to do with your property? I don't see why you bring your property into
when
this.
You own somebody, they're your property.
They're not your property. You make no sense.
You make no sense. You said pay people that you own.
Own, exactly.
Own.
That you own.
O-W-N,
so let's just say you borrowed
right?
from me. Let's just say you borrowed from me. Here's an example. If you don't understand,
you're saying,
here's an example. You gave me $100 and you never paid for it when you said you'll pay me the next day. Or something like that.
Okay.
You know?
For someone that said he doesn't speak English, you should know the difference between O and own.
Owned, same shit, different ass.
Oh, okay.
You should know that by now.
Those
words
I'm
are exactly
American,
the same.
Went to public
exactly
school.
The same.
All right. Is that it?
Let's see here. Probably, to be honest.
Pay people that I own. Okay.
Yeah. Or own. Whatever. It's like I said, it's same shit.
And you should stop getting me women that just want to marry me for my papers.
For your papers?
Yeah.
So whose fault is it? Somebody that you own, or your fault for going with it?
No, someone that I owe, not own.
Exactly. But okay, that makes no sense either.
It makes dollars, buddy. Cents, dollars. It makes dollars. It makes dollars.
Okay, dude. You know what free will is?
Free will?
Yes. You could do anything in the world you want.
It's Dejvova. That's free will. You know,
pretty much free will is when you're free, when you could do whatever fuck you want.
Okay.
And whatever. What you did though is free will. Technically, you could do whatever fuck you want, but at the same time, you did something that kind of fucked somebody over. Let's just say that.
Really?
Like you can't.
I could affect someone to that point with a video. I effed someone over by posting a meaningless channel video.
Not even about that. We're talking about owning money right now.
Owning money.
Owning money.
Like being the owner of money. O-W-N, right? That word?
No. Pretty much stolen money. If you do not understand own, then yeah, we'll just switch a word and we'll go from stolen money. If that makes you happier, let's go.
Okay. All right.
So, are you gonna pay that back or what?
Am I gonna pay it back?
Yeah. It's
not only pay it back, but give them an even better deal.
Over this conversation when the girl or whatever that you're gonna marry has nothing to do with
I wasn't gonna marry her.
It was your own choice, brother. It was your own choice.
Yeah.
You had a choice.
And then getting involved with drug dealers?
That was your choice. That wasn't nobody else's.
Okay, let's say that was my own choice. Let's say that was my own choice, and I said, listen, you need more.
And so is not paying somebody back. That's your own choice. You either pay it back or don't pay it back.
Yeah, my choice was to tell her, not. I'll be happy to give you my papers and marry you, but you got to learn how to make a sandwich.
Why would
I say that?
Even get money into this conversation? I just don't get that. If you've seen that she's a girl that is about money and like we could say gold digger.
No, if we're talking about Valik, he knew that all she needed was papers.
Okay, and
yeah, why didn't he say no? Not until later. Not until later.
That makes kind of no sense.
It makes dollars, man. Cents, dollars. It makes dollars, man. It saved me a lot of money because when I found out, I was like, oh, probably don't want to go out with her anymore.
Okay, that's back to the same exact question. That's your own perspective of how you see it and how you understand it.
Okay, now second part with Valik.
You could do whatever you want. If you seen that she was like a gold digger, and she was
second part with Valik. Second part with Valik, right?
Right there.
Second part with Valik, Kalitnik, drug dealer.
Go on.
Drug dealer, right?
Who said?
What do you mean? Who said?
Yeah, who said? I just never heard about it. I don't know him that well. But who said? I just want to know your opinion on this and what you've heard and what you know.
What do I know?
Because as far as I heard, he's not a drug dealer because he's a truck driver. And a truck driver cannot legally fucking own or even have or even be in use.
This was years ago.
He
wasn't a truck driver then. He was a helper. But nevertheless, you know, I try to show the guys what to do. You know.
All right, so go on with
Kalitnik, yeah. Like they respect.
Explain me how he was a drug dealer. Explain me that. I'm kind of curious already.
Oh, this guy named Basha. He's like, you know, the weed that you got mad at Kalitnik about is my weed. I sold it to him. And
weed is not a drug. It's legalized. Oh, okay.
All right. Well, I would rather not have weed in my car, and that's why I said Kalitnik,
you could transport an ounce legally, but it has to be packaged.
Oh, okay. How about a jar? How about a jar?
Read
how about a jar?
Read your laws.
How about a jar?
Jar, technically, you cannot carry a jar if it's not
sealed. And that's why I said Kalitnik, out of the car and take your stuff, and that's your problem that you're in the middle of nowhere, and you shouldn't have put drugs in my car, and shouldn't have brought them with me, and thanks for your help. Step out, please.
What kind of car were you driving? What kind of car were you driving?
A Toyota Sequoia with a one-car trailer. It You remember that little elephant truck I was driving around?
I don't even know you, brother.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah. So I was like, Kalitnik, you want to haul cars, but you don't have a CDL. You're only like 19, 18 years old. Well, here I got this one car aluminum trailer. You could go to New York and back. Boom, $300.
Okay, and where exactly did that happen? Where you dropped them off, and where all that shit went down?
In Florida.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, yeah, because what happened was I was like, okay, so you want to haul cars, Kalitnik, I'll help you out. You know, you got to make some money. So I'll drive Unit 7 from Valik. I'll drive it down to Florida with 8 cars.
Was there a Chucha nicotine?
There was what?
A nicotine, whatever, disposable or whatever.
Oh, he had those e-cigarettes too, which I said that's drugs too, but he argued no, it's not, and I was like, no, the e-cigarettes. Well, hey, you know what? I think life itself is a drug. So if you want to argue with that with me on YouTube, I don't know.
Say that again. Say that again. What did you just say?
I think life itself is a drug, you know. Some pop pills, some pop bottles. I solve my problems with wide open throttles. Have you heard that phrase?
I certainly have, but...
yeah, so, but...
So let me ask you another question. So, whenever you, let's just say, drink, I assume you drink, right? Like, at least not driving, but when you get home or whatever, you drink, right?
Why?
Or do you smoke or do whatever?
Like beer.
That's exactly the same thing. Yeah, that's exactly the same thing.
Like beer, right?
So,
why would you want to drink something that will alter your hormones to turn you into a woman? Or if you're beer has hormones in it.
No sense.
Beer has hormones in it to turn a man into a woman. That's why men grow bellies and breasts when they drink a lot, and
it makes you fat. I agree.
And women start growing beards. They start getting to the opposite effect. They start turning into a man with beer. Why would you do that? It's okay to taste, I think, in my opinion. I've tasted a lot of beer. I was like, someone was saying, hey, how would you like? I was like, I'll take a sip, want to see what it's all about. And I was like,
Hey, I got a question. Is that why you're wearing a wig with long hair when you were recording that video?
A wig with long hair? That was just to attract guys like you. That was, if you found me attractive, buddy,
attractive?
Yeah,
you're going
if that wig got you attracted to me, you're the homo,
Bro, you're gay, but...
Gay, yeah, see the smile on my face? So happy, man. Life's...
That's fine.
Yeah, I'm definitely gay. So happy with life. You should try it. You should smoke Hondas too, at the red light,
No, for sure. Yeah. Oh, you're good. Do your thing, bro.
So you're saying it's okay to have a... let me finish with the story. So we're hauling 9 cars, right? On Unit 7, right? So 8 are on Unit 7, Valik's truck, right? And the 9th car is on a 1-car trailer, a Toyota Sequoia. I was teaching Kalitnik car haul. I was like, you want to make some more money than a helper? You be a helper and haul a car. And you go down to Florida same time I'm going down, just in case any problems happen. I'm nearby, you're nearby. And he picks up this guy, Pasha. They want to go together. They're like, Serge, we want to do this together. I was like, well, you're not going to make much money, but whatever, at least you'll be in Florida. So by the time we get to Florida, we park the Unit 7 at the truck parking, and we get in the Toyota, all 3 of us, and we have a gay old time, if for lack of better words. We go to the beach and we hang out, and I was like, wait a minute, what's this in my car? What's this jar doing here? Oh, that's nothing, just a little weed. And I was like, it's not a little weed, and I don't even want a little weed in my car. I'm not like that serious Pentecostal like you guys. I'll be happy to go to your Pentecostal church, but You know, my dad raised us Baptist, and he would slap us with a Bible on the face, you know. We don't take drugs at all. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, this needs to get out of my car right now. He's like, bro, I got a lot of money in this. I said, okay, put it in the toolbox of the trailer and put the gasoline can on top of it. So, you know, there's a smell of gasoline. But when we get to somewhere, you are exiting this car and you're opening the toolbox on the trailer and you're taking your stuff out of there and enjoy Florida with your weed away from me. Because I don't need any problems from the police. So that's what
so
it
is.
is.
Pretty much agreed for him keeping the weed. As far as
if he wants to keep his own weed, what can I do? Other than post a video about it on YouTube, what can I do? You know? And remember that white Jaguar? Remember that white Jaguar in Roman's backyard?
Yes.
Yeah, and I came up to it. You know, I was talking to the neighbor that one night, and I was like, wait a minute, did you see something light up in the Jag, like some light flashing? Neighbor's like, no, you're seeing things. It's a reflection from the street. So you seen that video, right? No? Where I chased them out of there? The one boy, what's that single mom's lady?
I did not see the
Willie?
video. I only seen the video of you with the long hair talking.
Okay. Well, there's a lot of other videos, bro. So I'm standing with the neighbor, and I was like, there it is again. There's a light in the car. Look. So we look. There's a light in the car, in the Jag, the white Jag in the backyard. So I walk up to it. I'm filming. As it turns out, it's 4 guys covering their faces, smoking a fatty, you know, like the black guys say. And I was like, damn.
Why were you recording without their consent?
Why was I recording?
Without their
They're
consent.
on my camera set, man. They're in front of my face.
That's their property, though.
That's
they
the
have
property.
a full right to do that because weed is legal in Massachusetts. Look it up. It's legal in Massachusetts.
Well, why were they so embarrassed about it?
Okay, but there is no reason to record somebody smoking when they have a free.
I thought it was some good action. I was like, wait till Valik sees this. He's gonna kick their assets.
Hey, brother. If you do shit on the side and they don't see it, that does not mean they would get their cameras out and like, what's your name, Serge? Serge
my name is
and start recording, right? He was on his property, as far as I understood it.
So you're a lawyer now, Mr. Anonymous?
No, where are you on his property?
I mean, I have...
On Valik's property?
So
I think the Jag is on Valik's property. I helped him get a title for the Jag later. But Roman smashed it up, so...
Yeah, but where are you on the property? On the house property where this happened?
Yeah, I was. So, so you're saying... I was recording without Valik's consent.
Go on. I'll hear it.
Okay, the story. So I was like, this kind of interesting camera moment. Some guy smoking weed in an old customer's Jag.
Do you record all the time, occasionally, where you just pull up a camera randomly, even a public place and non-public place, and just start recording? Is that what you do? Because I'm having trouble understanding. Because technically, when you own a house, that's technically a public, not public, but private. Technically, private place where you own something and you pay for it, so you technically own it. That means there's no people coming into your backyard or even in your house trying to knock on your door. You have a full legal right to call the cops and get them out of there, because that's pretty much
so why don't you call the cops and tell me to leave the Jag alone?
They could have done that, for sure.
If
weed was legal, they're at their house.
Why didn't they do that?
They're at their house. They're parked.
Why didn't they do that?
They're parked. Maybe they know you that good, or where they didn't want to fuck you over. Let's just say that.
Okay, well...
Who knows?
Okay, and so here you are calling and you want to defend them, and you want to F me over.
I don't want to defend them, but I just want to point the fact of where you cannot legally record somebody without their consent.
All right, if I'm ever recording you, call the cops right away. I'll be happy to talk to the police.
I'm not gonna call the cops, but I'll take your name and take you to court. How about that?
I'd love to see you in court.
That'll be a blessing for me. That'll be a blessing for me because my lawyer is a good lawyer and he knows what he's doing. So.
All right. So. Yeah, so if I'm recording this call right now, you're gonna take me to court, right?
Again if I have to.
So since I'm recording this call,
yeah, go ahead.
You're gonna send me an invitation to court.
I'm not gonna send you an invitation to court unless you did something to me or where I feel threatened or somebody recorded me without
not sure consent. Are you a person?
Well, what do you think? Who's talking to? A robot?
Well, I think you're more of a soul, and how could I reach out of my soul and affect you to the point of your soul's affected? You know, let's do a little experiment. How could I'm trying to say, how could I do something to you? Like hurt you, okay? Let's do a little experiment right now. I'm going to try to hurt you. You tell me if it hurts, right?
Hey, listen,
I'm going to say, I'm going to say,
hurt me because you're somewhere far away.
Exactly my point. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but
the point that I had, I made a point. I didn't make a scene of where you're hurting me. You know what I'm saying? I made a scene of where
you're just saying that I'm hurting kids that are smoking drugs when I film them,
without their consent,
and I'm hurting them.
Which is illegal to do.
Okay, and I'm hurting them, and I'm hurting them,
You're not
right?
hurting them. That's just illegal to do. You cannot do that.
All right.
Go to a police station.
Okay. So, all right. Well,
and you'll record, and then cops
all right.
will look to you,
okay. That's
and
enough.
Then they'll say,
listen,
"Oh, why you record?" And they'll
Mr.
start
Anonymous.
scene,
that's a whole nother story. I was trying to get to the point. I was trying to get to the point with Volek and drugs and how it all ties.
And it's a public property, and you have a full right to record. That's a different story.
Okay, got it.
You pretty much pay your taxes.
All right.
You pay taxes to the police, and it's a public property, so you could record the police. But when you're recording somebody on their own property...
Okay, Mr. Anonymous, let's talk about the police in another video. I was trying to tie all this in with Volek and drugs and Roma killing the woman.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, okay, so I bust the kids doing drugs. I put a video out. They're like, please take the video down. Everyone's at school is watching. We got the point. And I was like, okay, I took the video down. You guys better behave around me because I'm not going to tolerate that shit. Okay?
Okay, behave around you. Like, I just have a question. Who do you think you are, brother? I just like...
An angel. That's who I am. Yeah, no.
Wow. Oh, that makes sense now.
It makes dollars, bro. Not only cents, dollars. It makes more money than cents. But,
cents.
So
like
yeah, occasionally,
not
occasionally, I know, I was just playing off your own and owns, you know, I'm just joking with you on that.
I see
but
that you're
occasionally I would encourage the boys that there's more interesting things than smoking dope, like offloading.
What are you talking about? Do you know what dope is?
Drugs. Dope
is different than drugs.
Like
I said, weed is legalized.
Okay.
Legalized. If you
all
know
right.
what that means,
well, keep it away from me, and
we could go further.
Keep it away from me.
Legalized, meaning it's legal. It's like buying
beer. Good for that. So are abortions, and I'm not too interested.
So why'd you say dope? Like they're doing something crazy. Is that how you expose them on YouTube?
Listen,
that they're doing dope instead of saying they're actually smoking weed. And in the first place, why would you even expose them?
Okay, back to the story.
Saying that
I'd love to follow up with you on that topic in another call, in another video. But back to the story. Back to the story.
I just want to make sure that you're
not
gonna
like 40 freaking minutes.
Post something without somebody's consent.
Oh.
You know how those pranks go? Like pranks, I pranked this guy and I dropped the soap on them or something, shit like that.
Yeah.
Dude, most of these pranks on YouTube that you watch are fucking false. Literally.
They're actors. They're actors.
They pay them,
So
actors.
are we. So are we actors.
They gave them consent to do it.
All right.
To have their fucking face and
I got your point. I got your point, Mr. Anonymous. Can I move on with the story?
When you have no consent and you're recording somebody and you're posting it, that's illegal.
Buddy, we already talked about this a couple times. Can I move on with the story, right?
Yeah.
So I explained to these neighborhood boys that are pretty much around a lot, right?
All right, and you're on their property, standing and recording.
No, not in the property. I'm in town a lot.
You're on the property, record it. them.
Yeah, that was just one occurrence. I'm talking about each time I come from a trip and I'm in the area, Union Street, same thing. Crepes.
So what do you stalk them? You go up to them every time you come from a trip and just look for what they
No,
do?
they're at the yard working and stuff like that. And I was like, boys, come, if you want, I'll buy you dinner at Crepes, whatever you want. Can you help me offload 7 cars off the trailer carefully and load them back in order that I need them? And if you want to take the 69 Camaro around the yard idling, you can do that. And they were like, holy shit, no one ever...
It's also illegal to do.
I'm Mr. Illegal now in your book, so...
well, I'm just pointing out facts.
Okay, so the one boy, Billy, was like, wow, Serge, you're showing me how to do cars and touch cars and Camaros. I was like, yeah, you know, that's what car hauling is all about. You get to touch another guy's Ferrari, you know? And so, so while we had dinner, I was like, why don't we go to New York sometime, you know, hang out? And anyways, I try to put them under my wing. You know, I see that, like, Kalitnik didn't have a dad, Willie didn't have a dad. They're all, like, single mom boys that
All right.
that could use a car hauler in their life.
Touch you, though? Wouldn't that touch you to not even post shit like that? Wouldn't that, like, even understanding that based off of their situation of where
no, actually, it touched them. It touched them.
Nobody else around here. Wouldn't that touch you where they're just trying to maybe be a better person, maybe even not? Who knows, you know?
It doesn't. It made them a better person.
Right when you have everything.
It made them.
You have a mom and you have everything.
It made them. It made them a better person when I would trust them with, like, my car. And then that Honda CR-V I bought, I was like, you guys know how to drive stick shift? And the one guy's like, no, what's that? And I was
like, the people without driving without the license to drive something like a heavy duty.
Yeah, but at least I teach them how to shift the clutch, you know. So anyways, long story short, I try to get these guys involved in cars instead of drugs, and it might have worked a little bit, you know, and then when Valik would listen to Kalitnik more during a conflict.
Right now you were telling me this was dope. So can you make your mind what exactly it was?
Yeah. It was.
Speak clear so we could all understand, because I'm confused right now. Because first you said it was weed, now you're saying it was dope.
It was smoking Jesus, you know. You know, smoking Jesus. When you roll them up. That's exactly. I figured it out, guys. It was smoking Jesus. You know, you take Jesus Christ, roll him up, and you smoke him. That's what they were doing.
We just need to figure it out.
Yeah, I'm just explaining to you. You go to church, you roll up a joint at church, it's Jesus, and then you smoke it. That's exactly what it was.
Did you mention Jesus' name from...
Because we're trying to figure out what we're smoking, and it's probably...
What does weed have to do with Jesus? I just don't get that. It just doesn't go along.
It's the ultimate thing to smoke. It's the ultimate thing to smoke.
With weed. So why'd you mention Jesus?
Jesus is the best drug there is. That's all I'm saying.
Is that what you have been guys smoking?
Smoking it right now, actually, while I'm on this call. So, okay, so anyways, on with the story. I was like, the Kalitnik, that's uncalled for stuff. Even though you guys disagree, you're going to disagree, right? I was like, that's uncalled for stuff. And Valik kind of stood by him in that moment. And I was like, Valik, why are you doing this? And
so let me get this straight. So you posted a video of them smoking.
No, that's not what happened. What ended up happening later is I left and on bad terms with Valik. I left on bad terms. A couple years later.
Yours or his? As far as I know, it's your fault. Because you left the truck.
Everything's my fault. I should have been there. Yeah, and here's what happened. But you didn't get to the good part. Here's what happened after I left. You know, Donnie, my old dispatcher from Valik, he calls me crying.
Why did you even leave? Before we go any further, why did you even leave?
Because I don't want to be around druggies. Because I told him many times, and I told Valik, we gotta have the ultimate. I'm trying to answer your question, sir. You asked a question. So no. Listen, the answer to your question is, why did I leave the company? Because I always said, hey, let's have a little race team. Let's build a car. Let's do stupid stuff, you know, like race a car or something. And maybe the boys will learn something, and we're going to have a little bit of fun. And everyone's like, yeah, you and your YouTube stuff. And I was like, okay, whatever. 2 years later, Donnie calls me, my old dispatcher from Walik. He's crying. He's like, you were right. You were right. I was like, Donnie, don't cry over the phone. What's going on? He goes, you were right. We should have had a race team. I said, what? He's,
so you left Kalyetnik at Florida, right? For using a nicotine ban, right?
Not only did I leave Kalyetnik in Florida, I left my virginity in Florida, which is a good place for you to leave yours, too.
Did you leave him in Florida?
Abandoned. Not only left, abandoned.
Yes.
Left him abandoned.
Yeah.
Underage person, right?
Underage, and so anyways, but here's what Dynick says when he's crying, right? 2 years later, he says, Roman and another guy took Sasha's, Walik's other brother, Camaro. They were on drugs, and they T-boned a lady and a girl. They died instantly. It's on the news. Watch this little article.
Were you there?
Was I there? I don't know. I seen the news story.
Are you dumb or stupid? Answer
Both.
that,
Both. I went to public school, man.
I could literally, I could see it literally.
So then he's. I have something wrong with my brain.
Because you're saying shit that makes literally.
Dear YouTube videos, this is the part where
Bro, your YouTube videos are useless. It's
this
like
is where I spill some things that I stood for, and now you're saying I'm dumb.
Stood for? So you stood?
Were you there?
You stood, bro.
Yes, I was exactly there. Yes, Dima, I was exactly there. I seen Roma right behind the wheel, and I see him T-bone the lady, and blood went spraying everywhere, and he ran right to Belarus. Ran right away. Actually, wait. Actually, wait.
Are you actually mentally retarded?
Yeah. Actually, he went to Mexico.
It seems like it because
yeah.
I was there.
Yeah, so good thing I left, right? Because, or maybe it is my fault that that accident happened. Because if I would have stayed there, got the guys involved in cars instead of drugs, that accident wouldn't have happened, right?
The reason that you get me aggravated is because you're spreading so much false information. Is just
okay. Enlighten me. Thanks for calling. Well, thank you, sir, for calling tonight, Mr. Anonymous. Enlighten me. Okay, enlighten me, buddy. Enlighten me.
All right.
What actually happened?
He was drunk. He was drunk.
Oh, okay.
Not drunk like crazy drunk, but he was tipsy. He had like a beer, maybe two. I'm not sure. I was not there, but this is from what I heard.
Oh.
And he was driving. Or he wasn't driving. I'm not sure who exactly was driving because I have no information.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
Like I said, I wasn't there.
Like no one could figure out who because they fell out of the cars, right, or something like that.
Yeah, but he was never on drugs.
Okay, well, I thought alcohol is a drug because it also alters your mind like a substance. But okay.
Like I said, I'm not sure how much they drank, or maybe they did not even drink. I'm not exactly too sure. But
well, I don't think Roman would.
As me knowing who were behind the wheel. Exactly.
Well,
I cannot sure.
Well, you know.
Who was under the wheel.
Well, you know what I have to say about that? I mean, I'm kind of familiar with Roman. I don't think he wakes up in the morning saying, hey, I want to kill a lady and a daughter, so specifically in a Camaro T-bone. I don't think...
Let me ask you this question. So, when you wake up in the morning and you have trucking to do, and you go out on trucking, and you go straight, right, on an intersection, and the light is yellow, almost turned yellow, and you still pass it, and the lady just flies by through the yellow as well on the other side of the intersection, and you hit her, and she dies. Exactly the same shit.
Oh, okay.
And what, you want me to say that you were on drugs? Everybody's going to say that you're on drugs because you want to...
Hey, like I told you, I heard the whole story from Danik, my old dispatcher, and...
Were you there?
I already answered that question. I was exactly right there. No,
you were not right
no,
there.
I wasn't there, okay? So,
But you're making up shit right now to...
So you just said like...
No, I told you, I'm repeating what Donnie told me.
My whole problem is, you talk so much, like 80% of that is just so BS and false information is just insane. It's just literally insane.
Aren't you glad we're having this call and you're clearing all this up for me?
I'm not clearing nothing up for you. I'm just saying that you liar. You lie on the bottom of your teeth. You're just a liar.
All right.
And
okay.
That doesn't make
anything else you want? Anything else you?
YouTube video and post about it.
Anything else?
Other people feel bad for themselves without their consent.
Okay. Anything else you guys want to lie about?
You cannot do that.
Anything else you guys want to lie about, or want me to lie about?
Dude, you're a liar. What do you mean?
All right.
You lie left and right. There's no point of asking you another question because I assure you that at least 60% is gonna be.
So can I continue lying and get to the end of the story?
I mean, there's no point of hearing BS.
Oh,
that makes sense.
All right. So this.
Yeah, go on.
So this call's over. So this call's over.
No, go on. I'll still hear you. I'll hear you for what you gotta say.
Well, what I usually say to people living here in Florida, I usually ask them, "What time? When was the last time you've been at the beach?" And usually, they don't have a good answer that qualifies them to live in Florida next to the beach. So I tell them to move to Kansas. That's what
I don't live in Florida. I barely go to the beach.
Okay. Well, that's what I really want to say. Okay. So yeah.
Is that all?
And vodka, Boris Yeltsin. That's what I want to say, too.
What?
Vodka, Boris Yeltsin.
What does that mean?
That means it's like a Russian greeting. Russians drink. And Boris Yeltsin.
I know what vodka is, but what's the other part that you said again?
Boris Yeltsin, the president that would drink a lot.
Boris,
ex-president of Russia.
Well, he's like the standard for getting drunk, right?
Boris
Yeltsin is an old ex in 19...
So anytime you see me and you walk by and you say vodka, Boris Yeltsin, I'll be like vodka, Boris Yeltsin back to you. It's like a greeting,
Interesting.
Can we have that?
I don't think I'm gonna see you unless it's gonna be in court.
What? In court?
I don't think I'm gonna see you, but maybe in court.
All right. Well, send me the invitation, man. Do you want the home address or the P.O. box?
Hopefully you get a suit.
Hello? All right, I'm going to have to let you guys go. I'm going to go back to sleep.